If Heat is your favorite film, this is what it says about your subconscious mind. What you see, greatest cops and robbers movie ever made. What I see is a film about a man who turned self-protection into a religion and the cost of living by a rule that keeps you safe from everything, including your own life. Neil Macaulay has one commandment, and he says it straight up. Don't let yourself get attached to anything you are not willing to walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you feel the heat around the corner. It sounds like professionalism, but it's really a vow. It's the vow of somebody who learned somewhere along the way that attachment is the vulnerability that gets you killed. His apartment gives it away, $1 million view and nothing in it. He don't got no furniture, no photos, no life. The math is very simple. Own nothing, you lose nothing. And the film puts him across the table from Vincent Hanna, the detective, who's really his mirror. Hannah's on his third marriage, trying to get away with his job, present for crime scenes and absent at home. Two men, opposite sides of the law, running the exact same program. That coffee scene, the most famous scene in the film, is two men recognizing each other. Hannah asks him, "You never wanted a regular type of life?" Neil says, "What is that, barbecues and ball games?" And then they come to the same sentence from opposite sides of the table. "I don't know how to do anything else." Neither do I. They both admit that the life cost them everything, and then they go back to it, almost relieved, because the mission is simpler than the marriage. Now, some of you just love this movie because of the shootout, and that's fair. But if you know what it feels like to keep the bag packed, then this is for you. Because if this is your favorite film, you have a 30-second rule of your own. Maybe it's not spoken, but you keep your bags packed somewhere inside. People get close, but never too close. There's an exit you're always half aware of, in relationships, in jobs, even in cities. The program, it'll convince you that it's independence or standards or knowing yourself. But trace it back far enough and it'll show you exactly where you learn that the things you attach to get taken or they leave. So you built a life that you could walk out of in 30 seconds, and the price of that life is a life that nobody can fully walk into either. And we see the tragedy of this rule play out in the film. Neil meets Edie, and for the first time, he breaks his own commandment. He softens, he attaches, he makes a plan with a getaway, a girl, and a new life. He's driving to the airport, and then he gets word that Waingro, the man who wronged him, is at a hotel nearby. And what does he do? He turns the car around. He chooses the vendetta over getting out the trap, the old program over the new life. When the heat showed up, he walked out on the woman he loved in 30 seconds flat. The rule beat the love, but it couldn't beat the grudge. The rule was never about staying free. The rule protected the wound, and when the moment came to choose between the future and the unfinished past, the wound won. The rule made him a promise. Nothing can ever be taken, and everything was taken anyway. You give up your whole life for protection that was never real. Here is the question I will leave you with. How long have you been loyal to a wound that was never loyal to you?